Welcome to Reading Granddaddy's Bible. Thank you for joining me. This is Monday, January 8, 2024. We're reading chapters 25 and 26 from the Douai-Rheims American edition, or Douai-Rheims Historical Bible, published in 1889, but printed this copy in Belgium in 1914. So we'll begin with Genesis chapter 25 and read through chapter 26 for today. Chapter 25, Genesis. Abraham's children by Cetura, his death, and that of Ismael. Isaac hath Esau and Jacob, twins. Esau selleth his first birthright to Jacob. And Abraham married another wife, named Cetura, who bore him Zamram, and Jason, and Madon, and Madian, and Jespach, and Su. Jeksan also begot Seba and Dadan. The children of Dadan were Asurim, and Latusim, and Lumen. But of Madian was born Eppah, and Ophir, and Henoch, and Abida, and Eldah. All these were children of Cetura. And Abraham gave all his possessions to Isaac, and to the children of the concubines he gave gifts, and separated them from Isaac his son, while he yet lived, to the east country. And the days of Abraham's life were 175 years. And decaying, he died in a good old age, having lived a long time, and being full of days, and was gathered to his people. And Isaac and Ismael, his sons, buried him in the double cave, which was situated in the field of Ephron, the son of Seor, the Hethite, over against Mamre, which he had bought of the children of Heth. There was he buried, and Sarah his wife. And after his death God blessed Isaac his son, who dwelt by the well named of the living and seeing. These are the generations of Ismael, the son of Abram, whom Agar the Egyptian, Sarah's servant, bore unto him. And these are the names of his children according to their calling and generations. The firstborn of Ismael was Nabahoth, then Cedar, and Abiel, and Mabsam, and Masma, and Duma, and Massa, Hadar, and Thima, and Juther, and Nephis, and Sedma. These are the sons of Ismael, and these are their names by their castles and towns, 12 princes of their tribes. And the years of Ismael's life were 137. In decaying he died, and was gathered unto his people. And he dwelt from Havilah as far as Sur, which looketh towards Egypt, to them that go towards Assyrians. He died in the presence of all his brethren. These also are the generations of Isaac, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac, who when he was 40 years old took to wife Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, the sister, Bethuel the Syrian of Mesopotamia, sister to Laban. And Isaac besought the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and he heard him and made Rebekah to conceive. But the children struggled in her womb, and she said, If it were to be so with me, what need was there to conceive? And she went to consult the Lord. And he answering said, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 peoples shall be divided out of thy womb. And one people shall overcome the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her time was come to be delivered, behold, twins were found in her womb. He that came forth first was red and hairy like a skin, and his name was called Esau. Immediately the other coming forth held his brother's foot in his hand, and therefore he was called Jacob. Isaac was 80 years old when the children were born unto him. And when they were grown up, Esau became a skillful hunter and a husbandman, but Jacob was a plain man, dwelt in tents. Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his hunting, and Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob boiled pottage, to whom Esau, coming faint out of the field, said, Give me of this red pottage, for I am exceedingly faint, for which reason his name was called Edom. And Jacob said to him, Sell me thy first birthright. He answered, Lo, I die. What will the first birthright avail me? Jacob said, Swear therefore to me. Esau swore to him, and sold his first birthright. And so taking bread and the pottage of lentils, he ate and drank, and went his way, making little account of having sold his first birthright. Genesis chapter 26. Isaac sojourneth in Gerara, where God reneweth him to him the promise made to Abraham. King Abimelech maketh league with him. And when a famine came in the land, after that barrenness which happened in the days of Abraham, Isaac went to Abimelech, king of the Palestines, to Gerara. And the Lord appeared to him and said, Go not down into Egypt, but stay in the land that I shall tell thee, and sojourn in it. And I will be with thee, and bless thee. For to thee and to thy seed I will give all these countries, to fulfill the oath which I swore to Abraham thy father. And I will multiply thy seed like the stars of heaven, and I will give to thy posterity all these countries. And in thy seed all the nations of earth be blessed, because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my precepts. And commandments, and observed my ceremonies and laws. So Isaac abode in Gerara, and when he was asked by the men of that place concerning his wife, he answered, She is my sister. For he was afraid to confess that she was his wife, thinking lest perhaps they would kill him because of her beauty. And when very many days were past, and he abode there, Abimelech, king of the Palestines, looking out through the window, saw him playing with Rebekah his wife. And calling for him, he said, Is it evident she is thy wife? Why didst thou feign her to be thy sister? He answered, I feared lest I should die for her sake. And Abimelech said, Why hast thou deceived us? Some man of the people might have lain with thy wife, and thou hast brought upon us a great sin. And he commanded all the people, saying, He that shall touch this man's wife shall surely be put to death. And Isaac sowed in that land, and he found that same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man was enriched, and he was on prospering and increasing, till he became exceedingly great. And he had possessions of sheep and of herds, and a very great family. Wherefore the Palestines, envying him, stopped up at the time all the wells that the servants Wherefore the Palestines, envying him, stopped up at that time all the wells that the servants of his father Abraham had digged, filling them up with earth, insomuch that Abimelech himself said to Isaac, Depart from us, for thou art become much mightier than we. So he departed, and came to the torrent of Gerara, to dwell there. And he digged again other wells, which the servants of his father Abraham had digged, and which after his death the Palestines had of old stopped up. And he called them by the same names by which his father before had called them. And they digged in the torrent, and found living water. But there also the herdsmen of Gerara strove against the herdsmen of Isaac, saying, It is our water. Wherefore he called the name of the well on occasion of that which had happened, calumny. And they digged also another, and for that they quarreled likewise, and he called the name of it enmity. Going forward from thence, he digged another well, for which they contended not. Therefore he called the name thereof latitude, saying, How hath the Lord given us room, and made us to increase upon the earth? Now hath the Lord given us room, and made us to increase upon the earth. And he went up from that place to Beersheba, where the Lord appeared to him that same night, saying, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Do not fear, for I am with thee. I will bless thee and multiply thy seed, for my servant Abraham's sake. And he built there an altar, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent. And he commanded his servants to dig a well, to which place, when Abimelech and Achozoth his friend, and Philcol, chief captain of his soldiers, came from Gerara, Isaac said to them, Why are ye come to me, a man whom you hate, and have thrust out from you? And they answered, We saw that the Lord is with thee, and therefore we said, Let there be an oath between us, and let us make a covenant, that thou do us no harm, as we on our part have touched nothing of thine, nor have done anything to hurt thee, but with peace have sent thee away, increased with the blessing of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and after they had eaten and drunk, arising in the morning, they swore one to another, and Isaac sent them away peaceably to their own home. And behold, the same day the servants of Isaac came, telling him of a well which they had digged, and saying, We have found water. Whereupon he called it Abundance, and the name of the city was called Beersheba, even to this day. And Esau, being 40 years old, married wives, Judith, the daughter of Beeri, and Hethite, and Basmath, the daughter of Elon, of the same place. And they both offended the mind of Isaac and Rebekah. This concludes our reading for today. I'll go back and read the subtext. Chapter 25, verse 6, Concubines. Hagar and Cetura are called concubines, though they were lawful wives, and in other places are so called, because they were of an inferior degree, and such in Scripture are usually called concubines. Chapter 26, verse 19, Torrent. That is, a channel where sometimes a torrent or violent stream had run. Verse 22, Latitude. That is, wideness of room. This concludes our Bible reading of Granddaddy's Bible for today. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow. Thank you for being here, and please, if you are enjoying this, comment or give a like or however you'd like to do that, and I'll see you again tomorrow. God bless you.